None of it. And they told us they seen Javion get out and give a homeless man something.
And they were going to show us a video.
And they were going to show us a video. And then they say they turned around a couple of days later and found the guy in the same spot, and he remembered Javion because he gave. What kind of sense does that make? But then you have no video footage of any of that. Then you say you interviewed him. Okay, so where's the printout of the interview? Didn't see that neither.
But y'all did hear the interview.
Huh?
Y'all did hear the interview though?
No.
Y'all not with them, but later.
Yeah, whoever the TV station that
okay.
We did hear that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you supposed to have all your ducks in a row if you come down and have the parents come down to meet you and you say you got this and this, but then you don't show it.
They pretty much think that we're stupid. That's what
I heard y'all say. The attorneys ran up out of there 5 minutes before the attorneys arrived.
No brain did. Sheriff No Brain. He did run up out of there. He
just him or everybody?
No, just him.
Just him and his pastor.
Yeah.
See, about that pastor.
Not yet. Trust me.
That really irritated me to hear that y'all didn't want somebody there that was really could have said it. We don't want him in here.
Yeah.
We want him up out of here.
Everything was just
I know it was so much going on.
It was a lot.
This is something that Brain said. At no point in time did we say it was an unaliving, and it's just like, how do you comfortably lie when you know what you said?
And we have it on recording. That's what's so sad. We gotta record it. Like, how could you?
And we know that it had to happen because the rural police went and told the father that they wouldn't have known. A lot of things stand out to me, but that pulled hair, we're not talking about that a lot. Did they explain anything about?
I would have loved for them to explain anything. However, we did not have a copy of any police report until Taylor showed it on his live. That's what I'm saying. They not being transparent. They did not give us any investigation report. We got none of that. Because if we did, we definitely would have questioned. We definitely would have questioned it. And I wish I had known that it was possible for us to get that information, because, like I said, we were told that they couldn't release any information until they're done with their investigation. So we didn't even know we could get that, because we definitely would have questioned
the guy
everything
that called and said that Javion had called out to you. He mentioned that. I know that did.
Nightmares, just nightmares. I woke up this early this morning, couldn't go back to sleep. Just thinking about the pain that he endured while they were doing this. This is a small. He was very petite, very petite.
Right, I can tell. So,
like, for y'all cowards to do something like that, y'all can't. You're scared up. You're scared. That doesn't make sense to me. That's how I know that picture is real. And they can't deny it. You can't deny it. Doesn't make sense.
They try to say that picture was Photoshop. Yeah, they talking about that picture was Photoshop.
And when you first look at this picture, just even from a distance, it looks like they're up to something. You know,
yes. It looks like they're trying to figure out what they're gonna do.
Yes, absolutely. And then the thing is if they were investigating, which is bull, why you wanted that night?
Exactly. And then said that it was found. But how? Okay, so let me ask y'all this. So I was told that one of these guys was in the room with y'all, the black guy, right? Mm-hmm. Can you recognize that guy from this picture?
It certainly looks like it. When I first saw that, I'm sorry,
all the way to the left.
Black guy, it definitely looks like that was the one that was in the room with us.
He was going through. He was the one clicking the pictures.
Okay, he was the one
talking. And to find out from witnesses from Taylor's live that he was the one that went and got videos from Shell's in a vape shop or Walmart or whatever.
Yeah.
That's suspect. Like, what is you on?
Yeah, so I heard that the middle person went to Shell and asked if Javion bought some wraps there. And then the black guy asked about the footage, and they believe that he got the footage too.
Yeah, I believe it.
This is where they were standing at, right here under a light at Green for Life. So did they show y'all any footage from Green for Life?
Oh no,
none at all. We don't have video camera footage from GFL.
Nothing.
That wasn't even mentioned, was it?
Not at all. And I kind of wondered, like, why would you take video from way across the street of the Shell gas station and not right next door to where the GFL?
And I know it's cameras. All around there. We're not done.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something else, because once we figured out where they were at, it wasn't until later that I ran across this woman's video who has pictures of tire marks coming from there. So y'all seen it. And then when Taylor goes out there, we didn't understand what made Diamond put it here.
And it looked like where that tree was at, where they put the flowers at the tree. That might have been where it happened. And that tree right there is so close to the main road that they had to move.
You see Shell gas station, you see Martin Creek Road, you see Green. All of the stuff is right there.
But it's a lot of questionable things. Still not answered, still not clarified. And that's why we have all the red flags. Like it's so much stuff that's just questionable right now.
Yep. On top of that, we know he wouldn't do this. So
heard the lawn care guy say that they seen him, they were cutting the grass inside the gate and they seen him from that side. So I said, see, that proves exactly what I was saying. If they was able to see him at 10, he and I could have seen him at 8 when they opened.
They did. And it's a shame because I believe they set it up for those lawn care people and they don't even realize they just a pawn. Like, I mean, come on now.
And I think they was that you that told me, like, even in the audio, the 911 call, in the background, you can kind of hear somebody say, "What?"
Yeah.
Said it twice. And you laugh. Like, that would piss me off. You laugh during the 911 call. And why is the caller voice distorted and not the 911 lady?
But but listen, I'm gonna ask y'all, and I'm gonna ask everybody who's watching. To me, his voice was distorted to sound like a black person.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt too.
Like, so
that's how I felt. And he did sound black. I thought I actually said it. Is that a black guy or you know? So it's only I chopped it all the way up.
Okay, and are you with them now? Yeah. I'm just putting everything. Everybody's already dispatched out there, and okay, you there, sir? Yes, sir. Okay, I got everybody on the way. Is there a defibrillator available? He called you, yeah, he's gone. I ain't touched him. I ain't been around him yet. I mean, I've been closing up. I don't see him breathing at all. Okay. Alright, and no, it ain't no defib around here.
Sound like a black dude. I don't care what nobody says.
I feel like he was trying to do that. I feel like it, because how did he sound when you met him in person?
Not like that. I can tell you that. He was a little bit country, but it definitely didn't sound like that. And that's why I was surprised to find out really that it was him, this white man that called in. I was surprised because I'm like, dang, that sounds like a black dude. Like, why? But why would they distort his voice and not?
Not the whole audio should have been distorted, not just him.
She said we already got everybody dispatched out there, and I'm like, how? When he just now knew. They knew. So
is he awake? No, I think he's dead. Okay. No, it don't look like it. No, he was dead. Okay. All right. I'm a first responder. I don't know how long he's been there. Okay. Is he awake? No, I think he's dead. Okay. No, it don't look like it. No, he was dead. Okay. All right. I'm a first responder. I don't know how long he's been there.
Ooh.
I mean, I heard you say that this guy tried to explain himself like, oh, I'm a firefighter. That's why I said I'm the first.
What does that mean? Did you try to help him? No, you laughed and said, no, he's going.
Exactly. I mean, he said dead so many dang on times, and he said H-U-N-G. How you so sure? That's what I wanted to know. How do you know?
When he beat up.
And why wouldn't you call in and say that he was beat up?
Hello.
Because that's the part after hearing the long guy. I'm like, how was they so sure that they wasn't going to say anything? What was their conversation?
That's how you know.
That's what I want to know. What was their conversation? Because I know
it had to be one.
It had to be one because they found him beat up. You go tell the owners, and then the owners say he hung. It's like, come on, man. How did
they got up out of there after that? So who finished cutting the grass?
Somebody came back and cut the grass. I know when we got there on the 18th,
everything around it got cleaned as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see behind it. So
because when we got there, I told Tierra and everybody that we was with, even if you cut the grass, you would see stuff moved around or kicked up. But where they had him at in the picture,
clean.
It looked like he was just placed there. Everything was matted down, wasn't touched, wasn't no kick marks, scratch marks, no hesitation marks, no shuffle marks, no dirt move, no nothing. It was just everything was completely matted down.
Yep.
So when y'all seen those pictures, did y'all notice anything in the surrounding areas?
Not really.
Not really. It was just a bunch of trees behind it.
So y'all just seen that, basically.
Yeah. And then I looked it up on the map. Now there is like a white
when we went there,
abandoned church shack or something right behind the trees.
Yeah, on the side.
Yeah, on the side. There's some more stuff going on. I wanted to walk down there, but
Well, the guy that said that Javion called to mom, he also said that they put him they drug him under that house. I believe, like, if that's an area that's a druggy area or a homeless area, I believe that they hang out there. Or I mean, even a possibility, because it was somebody said it was a bunch of them behind the trees or whatever. Agents that night, so I don't know if they was cleaning up.
We heard too that there was
I don't even.
They said, I think he said it was 6 police cars back off in the woods that night.
That night or the next night. That's crazy. For what? Because there was also, and I got it, there was a person that said my mom was going to work and seen a young man slump and a cop in an ambulance.
I got messages after that through Messenger, and because we wasn't friends, it didn't say, but yeah, they were telling me that it was cops all down. He's like, I just got off of work and it was a bunch of cops in those woods. That's what he said.
See, so it was multiple people that seen this stuff. Everybody ain't lying, making up stuff. I mean, I just feel like they need to come forward with the stuff that is being said, like how he came forward in defense with the TikTok. All this stuff that Taylor saying he ain't came back live and said nothing because he ain't did no press conference yet.
He can't.
Yeah, but that looked real suspect that he ain't is because he was very emotional about the TikTok.
The TikTok got thousands of views.
And
somebody that was
he said in an interview that he was going after everybody who
somebody he was
shared or posted something on his
sharing a post.
What?
You can't do nothing to them people.
That's freedom of speech.
You can't do none of these people.
No, you cannot.
Just mad because the story got out and you ain't in front of it.
See, that's the thing. They cannot control us. They can't control what people say. They can't. They trying to get it under control. That's why they want TikTok up out of here. But I mean, we can say whatever we want. And we respect, but we just want the truth. Nobody is attacking anybody here. We just want the truth. We want justice for Javion. Period.
And if you are feeling attacked, then that means you got something to do with it.
Exactly, because it shouldn't feel like an attack. When you have compassion, you wouldn't look at this as an attack. You would look at this as parents wanting to know what happened to their child.
You know, the last people who were in contact with him or kind of anything leading up to this?
No, sir, we did not. Other than apparently being at Walmart distribution.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Walmart store.
You said he was just sitting up against the tree?
With his back up against the tree.
Okay. And the rope was just around his neck?
Yes, sir.
Was it tight?
I did not pay attention personally. I cannot comment on that.
But the question was, do you know who Javion was in contact before it happened?
Nope.
He went to no other than
Walmart.
He was at Walmart. Stop. You keep trying to press that. We already know that's, you know what, that's that narrative. That's yours. It's not
but what about the witness statements that we just read from the paper? It said they
got
witness.
A couple of people.
Something ain't adding up. They just said earlier it was some witness statements that they got and some 911 calls that they got this information from. He ain't mentioned none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody was in contact with Javion the whole time.
But yet the owner saw him coming back from Shells or saw him as he was leaving.
I think I got one more of this
his truck. How far was he from where his truck was parked?
Oh, I said 30 yards, 30, 40 yards from where his truck. His truck was in a fenced-in area, and he was on the outside of the fenced-in area where the tree was at.
And my thing is, if it was in the fenced-in area, that's their property, right?
That means somebody had to move it.
That's what I was about to ask y'all. So, where exactly was his truck parked at? Like when y'all went out there? Okay.
Everything was gone. Like
everything was moved.
Nothing was there. Nothing was there, including the one that was blocking the camera. His trailer and truck. No, all of that was gone. We don't know anything, and it was really unclear if it was the truck and trailer was on the outside of the fence or inside of the fence. They couldn't get that straight.
Yeah, because he said
we just heard him say what he said.
Yeah, he said the trailer was on the inside, the truck was on the outside,
which means that it was on their property.
On their property. So he had to have spoken with one of them.
Wait a minute, hold on. Who said that Javion's trailer was inside the gate?
Brain just said it.
Play it again.
Okay, I thought he was saying the whole thing. Let's see.
His truck. How far was he from where his truck was parked?
Oh,
I said 30 yards, 30, 40 yards from where his truck was in a fenced-in area, and he was on the outside of the fenced-in area where a tree was at.
And his truck, how far was he?
How can you be both?
He said truck
How
though.
can you be
What?
both?
No, but he said his truck was on the inside of the gate. But where was the trailer? That's what I'm saying though. But he never separated the two. You see what I'm saying? He said his truck, but what about the trailer? So that's confusing to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, because my thing is, if his truck was on the inside of the gate, then that don't make sense with what they've been telling us. Because, okay, think about it. Javion was there on the property he left Walmart 5 minutes later, 4:58. He was there. We got the wife saying that they seen him coming from across the street, or the husband seen him. So how does that work? If they was closing, then that means Javion would, and his truck was locked in a gate. Then how did he do all this other moving around? Like how did they lock the gate?
In there, but he's driving his truck here and there. Like how can you do that?
Yeah, because like they seen him at closing. So my other thing was how they close at 5 o'clock is 4:58. So what was the conversation? But now after y'all talk, I now know that they didn't show y'all that part of it.
No, see none of that.
That's why I say that we left there more confused than when we went in. That's why I said that.
Right, because how you gonna take out? But that's what I'm saying. I would love to know the time of the Walmart really by receipt.
Yep.
Because a couple things I was thinking, like, okay, well, if they seen him at closing, then they must have had a conversation. Did they? Because I've already said this. I said, did they send him to go get the rope? Did they set him up? You see what I'm saying? Did he pull up and they told him that he could park there? Because it just okay. So then they telling us he get back and he walk out, he goes out the truck with something in his hand, come back without something in his hand. So I was like, well, who did he hand the rope to?
Exactly.
You know, so those were a couple things I was thinking. Did they tell him he could and then they came back later and did that? Because it just does, or either that or nothing, none of this other stuff happened, and they had him held somewhere for some hours, because it's 15 hours that he would have been out there, and that I don't believe that he was.